What if happiness isn't about chasing more money, more likes, or more success, but rather it's about 3 ridiculously simple things that you already have the power to create? In this video, I break down the timeless happiness formula that philosophers, psychologists, and everyday people keep rediscovering. It's something to do, someone to love, something to look forward to. No fluff, no toxic positivity, just practical, life-changing ways to build real joy, even when life feels heavy. If you've ever felt stuck, lonely, or like you're just going through the motions, this video is for you. Drop a line in the comments if you're ready to build your own happiness, and maybe tell me which one of these 3 is your strongest right now. Welcome to approaching the 7th floor, where the elevator's moving up and the view keeps getting better, and I've finally figured out a few things worth sharing. I'm Ellen, and I'm happily on my way toward my 70s. No rush, no panic, just a whole lot of life stacked behind me, and some pretty good stories, laughs, lessons, and surprises still ahead. I've realized that the best part of getting older is that there's so much good stuff to discover. Hit that subscribe button and let's ride these next floors of life together, and I can't wait to see you in the comments. Quick question. When was the last time you felt genuinely, quietly happy? Not the screaming on the roller coaster kind, just good. Content, like life was worth it. Most of us chase the wrong things. More cars, more money, better job title, more followers. But what if I told you the real secret has been hiding in plain sight for over 300 years? It's only 3 things. Something to do, someone to love, and something to look forward to. That's it. That's the entire formula. Today I'm breaking down each one, why it works, why we forget it, and exactly how to build it into your life, even if right now you feel like you've got none of them. Stick around to the end because I'm giving you a simple 3-step plan that you can start before this video is even over. Let's start with the first one, something to do. You know, we humans are wired for engagement. Not endless hustle, but engagement. When you have something meaningful to do, your brain releases dopamine in a steady, satisfying way. It's the difference between waking up and thinking, oh, another day, versus, all right, let's go see what I can make happen today. This doesn't have to be your full-time job. It could be, mastering a new recipe every Sunday, coaching your kids' soccer team, building that side project that you've been thinking about, maybe volunteering in an animal shelter. But the key is that it has to feel like it matters, even just a little. I'll never forget the year I was wanting to go on to my new job. I liked the one I had. I liked that job, but I knew I needed to go to the next job. I was ready. So I started carrying around a big book binder, and I collected. I wrote in that book binder daily, and I wrote things that I was interested in doing. I was writing things that would personally develop myself, that would raise my self-awareness, that would try to make me a better person. I would write in there things that excited me. I love quotes. I would write quotes that mattered to me in my life. I would write excerpts from books that I was reading and I just appreciated the meaning of. And I did it daily. And It was mine, and I looked forward to looking in that book often and adding things to that book. And suddenly, my whole day felt different because that was a big part of where I was going to go next. So, I recommend to you, keep a journal, keep a binder with you. If you're lacking something to do right now, ask yourself, what's the one small thing I could get slightly better at this week that would make me proud? And start there. Tiny progress beats zero progress every single time. So in that binder, you can talk about what you've learned about life. Those kind of things develop our self-awareness and really help us focus in on maybe our next step, our next new step. So number 2, now let's talk about the one that hits the hardest when it's missing. Someone to love. We're pack animals. We need connection like we need oxygen. Not surface level small talk, but real, true, I've got your back kind of love. This could be your partner, your kids, your best friend, your parents, maybe a close sibling, even your dog. But the point is, someone whose happiness genuinely matters to you more than your own. Science backs this up. The longest study on happiness in history was the Harvard Grant study, and it found that the quality of your relationships is the single biggest predictor of how happy and healthy you're going to be at age 80, if we're lucky enough to make it. So how do you build it when life feels lonely? You start ridiculously small. Send one genuine text today telling someone why they matter to you. Schedule a real conversation instead of just we should catch up. Show up consistently, even when it's inconvenient. Love isn't a feeling, it's a verb. And when you give it, you almost always get it back tenfold. So now, number 3 is something to look forward to. This is the secret sauce a lot of people miss. Anticipation itself is happiness. Your brain lights up just planning a trip, just waiting for that concert you've been looking forward to, or just knowing your favorite people are going to come in for a visit. It's hope with a calendar date attached. I remember the first time we were planning a trip to Italy. I was so excited. I had rented an Airbnb for us, and we had about 2 to 3 weeks before we were leaving, and every day I was so excited. I looked at the pictures of that Airbnb that we were going to be staying in. I looked at all the different sites around that area that we were going to be staying in, and it was just so exciting. But I've had many moments where I've realized in my life at this stage that anticipation is oftentimes can be more fun than the reality. So enjoy that anticipation. You need something to look forward to for sure. Even tiny things count. The Friday night movie with your person, that weekend hike you've booked, the new book you're just dying to get into. And when we have nothing on the horizon, life just feels flat. So we have to create our own horizon. And a tip for that is maybe keep a future fun note on your phone. But every time you think of something that sounds even 10% exciting, write it down. Then schedule one thing per month and watch how fast your baseline mood improves. So how do these 3 things work together? This is where it gets beautiful. When you have all 3 of these things firing at once, life feels rich. You're doing meaningful work, you're around people whom you love, and you look forward to something awesome. That's the sweet spot. And if you're missing one, the others can carry you for a while, but when you're missing 2 or 3 at the same time, that's when depression can sneak in. But here's the good news. You can rebuild them one at a time. So, here's your challenge. Right now, you can pause this video and ask yourself, do I have something meaningful to do this week? Do I have at least one person I truly love and who truly loves me back? Do I have anything to look forward to in the next 30 days? If the answer is no, pick the weakest one and take one tiny action before bed tonight. If this video resonates with you, please subscribe. This is a new channel and I would love you to come along with me. We can all learn together. So now go out and do something you love with someone you love while looking forward to something awesome. And I'll see you in the next video.